time now for this week's Happier at Home with Deb Marcello. This morning we are talking about marriage and doing it in the golden years. Deb, good morning. Thanks so much for waking up.
Good
Well, that's always great to have you
Thank you.
in. So we're talking about these blended families, and there's a lot that needs to be discussed when you're getting married, especially when you're getting married at an older age.
Yes, because at an older age, most of the time, someone's either divorced or lost their spouse, and they have children from previous marriages. So making sure that you're talking about issues beforehand and planning will help your family to accept your relationship. So we're talking about things that are legal issues, working with your financial planner and your estate planner. So some people don't know that if you don't plan in advance and you don't designate beneficiaries to include your own children, etc., that if you die and you don't do your planning, 100% of that goes to your spouse. And then let's say he or she dies, and then all your money that went to him goes to his child or children.
So your children are effectively left out.
Correct.
Because of poor planning, not because you wanted them left out,
Right.
just because we didn't get in touch with the right people.
Right, so making sure you talk about that, then also power of attorney and your healthcare proxy. If you don't plan and establish that in advance, your spouse is your next of kin, so that person will have say in everything that goes on with your care. And if you are incapacitated and can't make decisions, then your spouse does that. So it's nice to involve your family members in making those decisions.
Well, and that's my question. How involved do you make? You're older. You have adult children who you possibly have grandchildren. How involved do you allow your children to be in this discussion?
I think it's very important to have the open discussion with everyone. This way their fears are quelled and they feel heard as well. So if they have concerns that maybe they are going to be written out of the will or something like that, then you can talk about what your feelings are and what you'd like to have happen. This way they're able to step in and act as that healthcare proxy and be designated. They know your wishes as well. And then there's also the aspect of feelings of either resentment, feelings that the stepchild has loyalty to their previous to their parent, and so if these things are addressed and that person says, you know what, I really feel that you need to spend some one-on-one time with your own children and grandchildren, that helps to just dissipate that anxiety, any kind of feelings of feeling that they want to be loyal to their own parent.
Yes.
So it just helps to create a better relationship. And after all, it's nice in their golden years, especially to have a companion and someone that loves them. And even though you didn't choose it, you have to look at it as adult children as this is someone who's enriching the life of my father or my mother, and really accept that and not put yourself in the middle of every decision.
Absolutely. And I think marriage happens at all ages. My grandfather, for instance, got married in his late 60s, second time around, and they were married through his death. So it does happen, and it's kind of just a thing that's here.
It is, and in the instance of a widow, like my mother passed, and when she was sick, before she died, she told my father, I want you to have a companion. I want you to move on, because life doesn't stop. You have to continue on, and you have to understand that doesn't take the place of your previous spouse, but definitely having these open conversations all the time. That's what we talk about over and over again together.
Communication is key in every facet of life. Communication is key.
Agreed.
Can't harm anybody by just talking.
I agree.
Well, most of the time. Most of the time.
Be civil.
Yes, thank you so much.
Yes.
Where can people go get more information?
happieratHome.com, or they could give us a call and we'll help them out.
Beautiful. And we'll post all of this information on our website, foxrochester.com, after the show.